Hi, I'm Charlotte. Today we'll be talking about the psychology behind practice. I think this is a really important topic, especially for intermediate and advanced players, because they need to practice frequently and consistently. We often talk about what to practice and how to practice this, but we don't talk about some of the psychological barriers that stop us from doing that practice or achieving it regularly. This video is for instrumentalists and singers across a broad range of styles, and it will give you the tools to overcome some psychological barriers so you can develop a consistent practice routine. So one of the most common barriers in terms of developing a reliable practice routine, I've noticed with teaching and my own practice routine, is starting the practice. I found that a really great strategy to overcome this is time, space, and pre-practice routine. When it comes to time, the most important thing is that you keep that promise to yourself in that you practice in your scheduled time. So your only job is to set a period of time. It could be 5 to 10 minutes where you're going to practice and do nothing else. You're going to put aside your phone, not check emails, not think about dinner, and just do what you said you'd do. It's not important that you sound good in your practice or that you achieve a huge list of goals or anything like that. Your only goal is to be there. It's important for anyone that wants to practice consistently to have a space that they do this. It doesn't have to be the same room every time. It can be even just a corner of a room or a piano. Some people need to practice in different venues, so they practice at work and then they go home. One of my students actually made a little ornament, a little glass ornament with his niece, and he takes that with him wherever he goes to practice, pops it at the edge of the piano or the desk, and that's the consistent, just so psychologically you know it's time to practice. We now know that through study that we need to narrow our focus to achieve a certain task or to perform well, and this could include performing well in practice. So having that psychological consistent, whether it be a space or I don't know, a picture on your wall, can help to narrow that focus so that mentally you know it's time to practice and you're ready to do what you need to do. Another strategy that can help to narrow focus to perform well in practice is to have a pre-practice routine. Doesn't need to be extravagant, it just needs to be the same every time. So this could be as much as brushing your teeth before you practice or having a little mantra that you say every time. Personally for me, I like to do 10-star jumps, put my phone on airplane mode, and then I'm ready to practice. So I've looked at how to start practicing. Another barrier to overcome, I find with a lot of students, is picking the right challenge level for yourself. You know if you are too challenged, if you're getting frustrated and annoyed with yourself, which I find I do quite often, and if you're bored, it's the other end. So you're probably need to find something a bit more challenging. And you can do this with any exercise. You can modify it so it meets your particular challenge level. I think it's as easy as if you're having fun and you're in that kind of focus zone, it's the right challenge level. If you're bored, it's too easy. If you're frustrated, it's too hard. So for example, if you have a pattern that you're putting over chords, you're doing 1, 2, 3 of each chord. If you find this too difficult, you might like to do it slower or out of time, or maybe even just do the root notes or the 1 of each pattern. If it's too easy, you might like to put a new rhythm that you've just learned, or maybe you do a 1, 3, 5 or a new sound you haven't learned. So you can really get creative and modify any exercise, whether it be technical or musical. So to sum up, to help yourself develop a consistent practice routine, you're going to need a time that you do this regularly and consistently and that you stick to, a space that you do this in every time, and a pre-practice routine that you do before you practice every single time. It's also important that whatever you're practicing, you find the right challenge level for yourself, which you'll know you're doing if you're having fun and you feel focused. One last thing, you may even like to find a keystone activity that you do on a daily basis. So a keystone activity is something that is not related to practice, that helps you feel great and want to practice. So mine is exercise. If I haven't been to the gym or been for a walk, I don't really feel like practicing. So I know I need to do that consistently. Yours might be meditation, a phone call to your mum, a breathing exercise. It doesn't really matter as long as you feel good and ready to be motivated. So if you like the video, please leave a comment. Let us know some of your own practice tips or what your own challenges are with practice. Stay tuned to the JMR YouTube channel. Bye for now. See you next time.